Okay. If you already arrived your mat, make sure that you have 2 blocks or something similar to them. You possibly also gonna need a blanket, especially if you need padding for sensitive knees. Today's theme is gonna be coping with fear. So through the practice, we're gonna do some inversion, which is optional. And if you like to try inversion, you can make sure that there's some wall space near you that you can drag your mat to, and make sure there's no sharp or fragile objects that nearby your mat. And again, this is totally optional. If you just want to do inversion without using a wall, you can just always stay in downward facing dog or simply lie down, stretching your legs toward the sky. All right. To start, we come down to your back, bring the soles of your feet together into Supta Konasana. If you have a blanket, this is totally optional. If you have a blanket, you can roll your blanket and bring it underneath your spine so you can, just give your chest a little bit more opening space. That cracking. Feel free to use blocks or books to catch the outer thighs. Make yourself comfortable so you give your space to start settling in to this practice. Start half close or fully close your eyes. Transfer attention to your breathing. Inhale, fill up the chest, the rib cage, and all the way down to the low belly. And exhale, let everything out. Just let your low belly fall toward the spine again. Notice if there's tension and where is the tension. Maybe adjust your posture. See if it can help bring a positive impact to that spot. Almost imagining that you're almost breathing through the imaginary nostril on your belly. And slowly bring your right hand on the top of your heart, your left hand onto your belly. See if you can match the length of the exhalation with the inhale. Oftentimes that we tend to be so afraid of exhaling that it tends to be shorter than our inhale. There are many unconscious reasons that behind that, why we kind of fear exhalation. I think one of the reasons that I'm most familiar with is that in Chinese culture, people believe the last thing that a person do before he or she dies is exhaling. But the fact is, proper exhalation also helps to pacify our nervous system, especially during days like this that with so many events going on. We'll add a little bit control to our breathing by having a count of 4 for inhale and hold on top for 6 and exhale for 8. But saying that if holding on top is not working for you, especially if you are pregnant or you have abdominal pain, skip it. And if exhale for 8 is too much for you, maybe make it 6 or even 4, as long as it's the length or longer than inhalation. Together with a little bit inhale. And exhale, hide out. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue a couple more rounds on your own. We're only here to explore our own practice, so feel free to make any modifications that you need. And it's not only applied to the asana practice, it also applies to pranayama, the breathing practice that we're doing right now. Pranayama can be broken into 2 words. One is prana and yama. Prana means life force. Yama means restraint, control. So we're adding a little bit control here. So we have a deeper relationship with our breathing, especially the exhalation for today. After this round, finish 2 more rounds. And after next exhale, if you're on top of a blanket, a rolled up blanket, carefully move it to the side and straighten your legs. Extend your arms above your head. It's like you're yawning, stretching your side bodies. And start slowly walk your feet, your arms to the left side. Create a banana shape with your body. Option to hook that left ankle over your right. Just let the space on the right side body grow. And if you like to add some neck stretch, you can bring your left hand on top of your right ear and pull your head towards your left shoulder. And in the meantime, that stretch your right arm out and flex your right hand. Keep pushing the right palm away from you. And exhale, slowly come back to center and start walk your feet, your arms to the other side. Option to hook your right ankle over your left. Option to grab the left side of your skull with your right hand. Stretch your left arm out. Maybe even flex the left hand. Slowly come back to center. Extend like the sky, just extend your arms toward the sky, just shake, shake. And if you have a block, rolled up blanket, if you have the block, make sure that it's the narrowest way and between your arms. Keep your feet stepping toward the sky. And collapse your hands behind your head. Inhale, reaching your feet toward the sky. Now exhale, lift your shoulder blades away from the ground. Bring your elbows close to your knees and release down toward the ground. Inhale. Now exhale, lift up. Slow with control, breath pace. Make sure you keep pushing your low back toward the ground. 3 times more. Last time, hold it and slowly drop your legs toward the ground. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees in. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Just give your back muscles some nice massage here. And whenever you're ready, let's do a couple more. Extend your legs toward the sky. And this time we add a little bit twist. So inhale, exhale, lift your shoulder blades away from the ground and bring your right elbow to the left side. release back to the ground, and lift up, and this time twist to the other side. Couple more rounds on each side. Hugging your thigh bones toward the midline. Let's do one more on each side. And just like last time, hold your legs up and start slowly drop your legs toward the ground without arching your low back. And hug your knees into your chest. Whew, that got me some sweat. And rock back and forth, or whatever way you like. Come to table pose. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Move through some cow and cat. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbones up, and exhale, round your back, gaze between your knees. A couple more rounds on your own. The next time when you're back to neutral, circle around your wrist. And switch direction. Push weight into those hands evenly. Lower the volume a little bit. And when you're back to neutral, extend your left leg long and just pulse forward and back. Press the back of your left leg toward the sky. And spin down your left heel and extend your left arm toward the sky. Bring your left arm by your ear for supported side plank. Option to stay here. You can also sling out your right shin and lift your left leg up. Reaching long through those fingertips and your toes. Next, draw your left elbow and your left knee in front of your chest. Twice more like that. The next time, step your left foot to the top of the mat. Extend your left arm up. Revolve your chest toward the sky. Exhale, hands down. And extend your left leg straight into half split. Fold over the straight leg. Inhale, pull back forward and arms up by your ears. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Low lunge. Bring your hand back and just grab your opposite forearms with your hands, with the left elbow outside. If you can grab the elbows, grab the elbows. Use your Come to hands down, your back knee up, and step forward. Keep your right leg lift. Pause for a moment in the standing split. This is an early standing split, so it's fine that your right leg is not too high. Pull your right heel towards the sit bone and lower down your right foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Empty breath, roll up. Hands towards sky, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hand to your heart center by your side, Tadasana. In this Tadasana, find a moment of stillness. Push your feet into the ground. And if you're looking for a gesture to start your practice, you can bring your hands back to your heart again, or hands together as prayer. Take one big inhale. And exhale, let it out. One big inhale followed by Om. Bow your head towards your heart and slowly blink open your eyes. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step your left and right. Stay in your high plank. And lower down your left elbow and your right elbow into forearm plank. In forearm plank, rock back and forth. Push into those heels and those forearms. And if you want to, you can clasp your hands so you have a more stable foundation, or you can, if you block and you'd rather your arms to be apart, you can bring the block behind your forearms. And lower your pelvis down. Come into Sphinx pose. Push your chest forward and up. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up again, come back into forearm plank. And bring your hands, left hand, back to where the left hand. Come into high plank. Really push your hips, toe the heels into Balasana, child pose. Just use this child pose so we catch your breathing. And come back to table. We'll do the other side. Extend your right leg long. Pause back and forth. Crack into the right heel. And weight that shifting onto especially that right wrist. And spin down your right heel. Extend your right arm towards the sky. Extend your right arm by your ear. If you like to lift up your right foot into full supported side plank, you can sling out your left shin out a little bit and lift your right leg up. Reaching through the right fingertips and your right toes. Grow the space on your right side body. Now exhale, draw your right knee, right elbow toward the center slowly. Inhale, reaching long again. Exhale, draw them together. Last time. And this time, maintain the contact between your elbow and your right knee. Step your right foot down. Extend your right arm up, twisting to the right side. Revolve your right chest open. Keep hugging your thigh bones towards each other.
And exhale, right hand down and straighten your right leg. Fold over your right leg. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. And if you like to experience, just exploring more stretching on your hamstrings, you can even just lift your hands slightly off from the ground. Just turn your right foot around. And whenever you're ready to come out, pull back forward. Bring your arms by your ears. Low lunge. Both hands down. Lift your actually. Bring your arms back behind you. Keep your right arm outside. Hands can grab the forearms or up the elbows. And use that bind resting on your low back, so you're not compressing your low back. Use it to press your low back toward the ground while pushing your chest toward the sky. Release the bind. Both hands down, framing your right foot. Lift your back knee up. Shift weight into your right foot and lift your left leg up. A short moment, standing split. And lower down your left foot. Inhale, arms up. Hands to your shin. Lengthen spine, Uttanasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, roll up. Uttanasana. Exhale, dive down immediately. And this time, step your right foot and left foot back into high plank. This time, walk your right hand forward. And your left hand come into a hollow plank. Rock your shoulders forward and toward the back. One more time. And bring your right hand back underneath your right shoulder, left hand back. And drop your right elbow down towards your mat. And left elbow down. Forearm plank. Lower your pelvis down. And push your chest forward and up. Tuck your toes again. Come back to forearm plank. Bring your right hand back to your right elbow. Your left hand. Your back into high plank. And drop your knees down. Push back into Balasana, child pose. On child pose, you can draw your arms by your side. Come into embryo pose. Because it just passed full moon, so we're going to practice moon salutation today. Chandra Namaskar. And if you like to practice sun salutation, and if you know your regular practice, please go ahead. Otherwise, from child pose, draw your arms by your side into your hands reaching up above your head, and reach your hands forward. Come into table pose. Inhale, drop your belly, come into cow pose. And exhale, chin chest toward the ground. Ashtanga Namaskar. And slide your chest forward. Extend your arms long. Come into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. And exhale, push your tailbone up into downward facing dog. This is the first downward facing dog. Take your time here, bend into one leg and another. You might some space into your hamstrings.
Press your chest toward your thigh bones. Notice the weight onto your hands. And bring your left foot to your left hand. Your right knee. Inhale, arms up. The low lunge. You can find some back bend in this low lunge. And exhale, hands down, framing your left foot. And step your right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold over the legs. And roll up. Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot back. Drop your left knee. Arms up. Low lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step your right knee back. And push into child pose. That is one round that we start with the left side. We continue with the right side. Bring your arms by your side. Enjoy your arms like a full moon. Bring your prayer above you. Both hands down into table pose. Inhale, come into Uttanasana. Exhale, chin, chest toward the ground. Slide into upward facing dog. Exhale, push your tailbones up. Into downward facing dog. This time we bring your right foot to right hand. Drop your left knee down. Inhale, arms up by your ears. Exhale, hands down. Lift your back knee up. Lightly step forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Right up into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold over the legs again. Step your right foot back. Drop your right knee down. Find your low lunge. Exhale, hands down. And step your left knee back. And push back into child pose. Take a couple more long breaths in child pose. Oftentimes we're so afraid of being left behind, so we're rushing into some postures in the yoga practice. See if you can cope with that kind of fear of not moving fast enough, not doing fancy postures enough. Enjoy your arms by your side. We will do one more round on each side. Bring your arms up. Drawing a full moon. Hands down. Inhale. Cow pose. Exhale, chin to chest toward the ground. Slide forward. Straighten both arms. Exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Lower down your right knee. Arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step your right foot to the front. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise up into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold over immediately. Step your left foot back. Lower down your left knee. Arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step your right knee back. And push back into child pose. One long breath here. Exhale, draw your arms by your side. And come into table. Lower your belly, spread your collarbones. And exhale, pull forward. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, we'll meet in Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Drop your left knee down. Arms up.
Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, hands on your shin. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over into Uttanasana. Rise up to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down. Arms up. Lower your pelvis down. Hands down. Step your left back. And push into child pose. From child pose, push into your arms, pushing so hard that your elbows lifted away from the ground. Tuck your toes, keep your legs bended. Lift your knees away from the ground. Lift your hips up. Press your chest down. Then start slowly straightening your legs into downward facing dog. Are you rushing to somewhere? In this downward facing dog? It's a kind of an inversion as well, because our head is below our heart. For many reasons, our body don't like it, so oftentimes we rush to get out of a pose like this. Lift your left leg up toward the sky. Keep your left toes pointed toward the ground so you're not opening your left hip too much. Draw your left knee into your chest. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. Draw your left knee into your left elbow. Inhale, re-extend again. Left knee into your right elbow. And this time to left elbow. Bring back to center. Step it down between your hands. Bring your left hand inside of your left foot and spin down your back foot. Press your left up arm bone against with your left thigh bone and extend your right arm toward the sky into side angle. Push into the pinky edge of your right foot. Bend into the left leg. Revolve the right chest, open and open. Use your right hand as momentum. Cartwheel up into Virabhajasana 2. Continue pushing into the pinky edge of that right foot. Reaching long through both fingertips. Flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior 2. And open your arms to the side. Spin up onto your right, the ball of your right foot. Come into high lunge. Straighten your left leg. Just slightly step in your right foot, just to relieve some tension on the left leg. From here, you can, just like the beginning of the class, you can hug your elbows with your opposite hands. You can also bend your right elbow. Bring your right hand between your shoulder blades. And grab your right elbow with your left hand. Bend into your left leg again and turn your chest toward the left side. Option to stay here. You can also side bend to that 45 degrees between the back of the room and the left. we can continue grow the space on your right side body. Keep hugging your thigh bones toward the midline so you have a good foundation in this balancing. Come back up. And slowly back forward again. This time shift weight onto your left foot. If you have two blocks and you know that you need the support, you can bring them the highest height in front of the mat. And then start shift weight into your left foot. Lift up your right leg into warrior three. You can have the bind. You can also rest your hands onto the blocks. Up to you. Make the best choice for your own body, your own practice. Press the back of your right leg toward the sky, stomping that right foot onto the wall behind you. And lightly step down that right foot, hands down, and walk your hands to the right side. Bend into your right leg, bend into your left, Skandasana. Straighten, bend into right leg again, straighten your left, point your left toes toward the sky, bend into your left. And parallel your feet and fold over the legs. And if you like to lower your head to below your heart, you can widen the distance between your feet so you can bring the crown of your head even lower. So walk your hands back down and face again. Bend into your left foot. And step your left foot back into high plank. Release your heels towards your left side. Keep your both hands on the ground for a moment. So you're kind of in a twist. Then lift up your right hand up into side plank. Bend your right elbow, bring the right hand behind your skull. And then lower the right elbow down to the ground and turn to the other side in a side plank on your right forearm. Keep pushing the hips toward the sky. And release your left elbow toward the ground. You're into a forearm plank. Release your pelvis down into a Sphinx pose. Pull your left heel toward the sit bone. And push your chest toward the front of the space. And release your left leg. Pull your right heel toward the sit bone. And release from that. Tuck your toes again. Lift your pelvis. Come back in forearm plank. Step your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Step your right hand and drop your knees. Come into table pose. From table pose, you can lower your elbows down to where your hands are. And you can clasp your hands with the left pinky outside. Just like in cat pose, we puff our upper back. You can tuck your toes and push your hips up into dolphin pose. pushing into the forearms. And lower your knees down, bring your arms to your side for embryo pose. Quick relief from that. Extend your arms long again. Tuck your toes, just like the first round. And lift your knees up and start slowly straighten your legs into downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg. Pull your right knee into your chest. We extend it back. Right knee into your right elbow. We extend it back. Right knee to left. Into the right elbow. Into the center, step it down. Bring your right hand inside of your right foot, spin down your left foot. Push your right up arm bone with your right thigh bone. Extend your left arm up in the side angle. Bend into your right leg, pushing to the pinky end of the left foot. Use the left arm as a lead and carve you up into warrior two. Keep pushing your right knee slightly toward the direction of your right pinky. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior two. Come warrior two. And turn to the front again. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. Straighten your right leg. You can step your back foot slightly in. You can hug your elbows here with your right elbow outside. You can also bend your left elbow. Right hand grab your left elbow. And bend into your right leg and turn your chest toward the right. You can add a side bend here as well. Come back to center. Bring the blocks to the front of the mat if you need them and if they're not there already. Otherwise, shift the weight onto your right foot. Start slowly. Lift your back leg up into warrior three, with or without a bind. Keep pressing the back of your left leg toward the sky. Slowly lower down your back foot. And release your hands down toward the ground. Walk to the left side. Bend into your left leg, straighten your right leg. Through side to side, Skandasana. And parallel your feet and fold over the legs. Straighten your back again. Walk your hands to the front, framing that right foot, and step your right foot back into high plank. Spin your heels down to the right side, both hands still on the ground. Then raising your left hand toward the sky. Bend your left elbow, bring your left hand behind your skull. Then turn the left elbow onto the ground. Bring the right hand toward the sky. Bring your right elbow down
into forearm plank. And lower pelvis down into Sphinx. Pull both heels toward the sit bone. Option to straighten both arms. Let the energy shooting out of the crown of your head and your toes, almost meeting behind your back. And release from it. Tuck your toes and press back to forearm plank. Step back your right hand and your left hand. Release your knees down. Back into table pose. And from table pose, you can bring your hands to clasp again with your right pinky out, or you can try with the block behind between your forearms. Puff up your upper back, tuck your back toes, and lift into dolphin pose. It's perfectly fine to stay in this dolphin pose. And if you like to, you can try to lift one leg up. And release the left leg down. Lift your right leg up. Lift the right leg down. Lift both knees down and push back into child pose. From child pose, push into both hands, tuck both toes, and straighten legs. We'll meet in downward facing dog. We'll move slightly faster for next round. Lift your left leg up and step your left foot forward between your hands. Bring your left hand inside of your left foot into side angle. Cartwheel up into warrior two. Reverse your warrior two. Come back up and turn into high lunge. And step your back foot slightly in front leg. Bend your right elbow. Bring your right hand between your shoulder blades. Grab your right elbow with your left hand. Option to stay here. You can also extend your left arm out and flip your left palm and bring it to your upper back. I'll turn to this way so you can see. Then start walk your hands toward each other. I didn't mention the strap at the beginning of the class because I don't want to create expectation for binding here because that's not where we're going. With or without a bind or whatever bind you have, bend into the left leg and turn your chest toward the left side. Option to add a side bend here. And back up. Shift weight into your left hand and lunge into warrior three. Release both hands down and release your right foot down and lift your left leg up. You're in standing split again. You can stay in the standing split, just let your left leg be stretched again. And if you like to try handstand hop, you can try to come up to the ball of your right foot. That's totally fine if you want to stay at that point. Otherwise, if you want to do some handstand hop, you can bring yourself nearby a wall. Use your left leg as a momentum toward the sky, but not toward the wall behind you.
lift up. Try to land lightly, so you have a relatively full control of your movement. When you're ready, step your left foot down. Extend your right leg back. Walk your hands to your side. Side bend into your right leg. Side bend into your left. And parallel your feet. And fold over the legs. If headstand is in your practice, this can be where you push it to either tripod headstand or traditional headstand. Wherever you are, slowly come down, both hands down, and step your left foot back into high plank. Drop your heels toward the left side, lift up your right hand, right elbow down to the mat, turn to the left side. Left forearm down into a forearm plank. This time directly step your left hand back, right hand back into high plank. Drop your knees down. You can momentarily, you can just come back to child pose for rest. If you think you're ready, actually stay in table pose for a little bit, because I do want to demo. So you can come to dolphin pose with whatever arms positions, with a block or with a bind. Then from there, if you like to come to forearm stand, just like what we did in the handstand hop, you try to come to lift up your left leg and hop onto your right foot and hop your right foot closer to your chest. And use that left leg as a we're not kicking towards the wall behind us. We're kicking the left foot towards the sky. So make sure that if you're nearby a wall, make sure that you're clear, that there's not too many. That was too hard. Give it a try if you like to. Make sure that your elbows are your shoulder distance. If you want to make sure that you can bring your elbows down and just your hand grabbing the up the shoulders, and that's the elbow distance we would like to have. Wherever you are, come back to child pose. With the last side, bring both hands forward, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, step your right foot between your hands, bring your right hand inside of your right foot, come into a side angle, push into the pinky edge of your left foot, and cartwheel up into warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Come back up and turn to the front into high lunge. Step your back foot slightly in, straighten your right leg. Bring your elbows to hugging again. And also bend your left elbow. And grab your left elbow with your right hand. Or you can create the same Gomukhasana bind by flipping your right palm and bring it to your back. And walk your hands towards each other. Different side is different. And bend into your right leg. Turn your chest toward the right side. Option 2, side bend. This is extremely difficult pose, so it's totally fine if you fall out of it. Come back up. Shift the weight into your right foot. I need to adjust the direction of my mat. And start slowly. Bend into your right leg. Bring weight into the right foot and launch into warrior 3. From warrior 3, lower your hands down. Lower your left foot down. And lift your right leg up into standing split. You can stay in the standing split, or if you like to try handstand hop on this side, come up onto the ball of your left foot. Pay attention to the back of your right leg and use it to lift yourself up. Step your right foot down and step your left foot back. And walk your hands to the left side. Bend into your left leg, straighten your right. Bend into your right leg, straighten your left. Parallel your feet and fold your chest toward the ground. Again, if this is where you'd like to have your another inversion, go for it. Bring your hands to the front, framing your right foot again, and step your right foot back into high plank. Drop your heels toward the right side. Extend your left arm up. And bring your left elbow down, turn to the right side. Right elbow down into forearm plank. Take one long breath in forearm plank. And step your right hand back. Left hand come into high plank. Drop your knees down. And you measure your energy. If it's low already, just stay in child pose. Otherwise, if you like to try forearm stand on the other side, whichever leg that you used to lift last time, switch to the other. Come into dolphin pose first. And if you like to try dolphin pose, gaze to your hands and hop onto the ball of your left foot. Whenever you're ready, take your time, push your hips to your heels into child pose. And whenever you're ready, come back to table pose again. We'll start slowly wind down. On table pose, lift your left knee out so we can make some space in our hip socket finally. Can add some circles here. And drop that left knee behind your right knee. And push your hand into your hand so your hips are towards the space, the back space. Feel the stretch of your outer hips. You can totally stay there. Or if you like some deeper outer hip stretch, I like having some stacked pillow or blanket behind me so I can sit onto it. You can sit onto whatever you have. It can be just the ground if you have really flexible outer hips. Into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Stack your right knee over your left. Option to stay here. And also bring your right elbow, bend your right elbow. And extend your left arm out. Turn your left palm. And bring the left hand behind you. And walk your hands towards each other. Maybe eventually they'll meet. If they don't, be patient. And fold over from your low back. Continue pushing your sit bones toward the ground. Melt your chest toward the stacked knees. Slowly walk yourself back. Release your arms. Come back into table pose again. I'm going to do the other side. Lift your right knee out. Draw some big circles with the right knee. And release that right knee behind your left. Push into your hands. Push your hips toward your heels. Feel the stretch of especially your right outer hip. There's already a lot of stretching of outer hip here. So it's totally fine if you want to stay here. And if you like to proceed into Gomukhasana, bring something that behind you so you can sit onto. I forgot to provide a modification on the left side. So if you want to fold over, you don't have to do the bind, especially if you have shoulder injury. You can simply walk your hands toward the front. It does same stretch of the outer hips, or sometimes even more if you're doing it right. If you want more shoulder practice, you can bend your left elbow. Bring your left hand between your shoulder blades. Extend your right arm out. Flip your right palm. Bring the right hand onto your back. Walk your hands towards each other into a full Gomukhasana. Inhale, breathing through your elbows. And exhale, slowly fold over your stacked knees. Slowly come back up. And this time, extend your legs forward. Shake your legs. And your arms forward. And tuck your chin down slowly. Lower down to your back. Bring your heels toward the hips. We'll do one more slight inversion. Bring your hips up into bridge pose. You can clasp your hands underneath your sacrum. Roll up onto your shoulders so you can make more space in your chest and your shoulders. Start slowly, come down. And if you have a block, bring the lowest height, or you don't actually, if you don't have it, it's totally fine. It's like that extra leverage for me. Bring the block underneath your sacrum and extend your legs up again. We're back to the waterfall pose that we started with. And if you like some support for your waterfall, you can bring yourself nearby a wall and simply let the legs resting on the wall. Pranayama breathing practice can also be broken into pranayama. Ayama means non-restrained, free. So perhaps this moment, just let your breath flow freely, as naturally as it has always been. If your legs are on the wall, you can totally stay there for Shavasana. If you're not nearby a wall, release your legs down. And if there's any other poses that you'd like to include in your practice today, use this a minute or so for it. But make sure that you give yourself enough time to cool down or rest, especially if something more active. Otherwise, whenever you're ready, start softening your gaze. Shavasana.
If you're not rushing to anywhere, please feel free to stay as long as you want in your Shavasana. Otherwise, carefully bend both legs in and roll up onto your right side. Take as much time as you need for this transition to support yourself come up to a seated. Keep pushing your sit bones down into the space beneath you and reaching toward the sky through the crown of the head. And as a gesture of celebrating that you practiced with coping with your fear, you can bring your hands to prayer or bring your hands to your heart. Take one big inhale. Exhale smoothly everything out. Big inhale. Bow your head towards your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you.